Today's topic, accounting for issue of shares. To do any kind of business, the capital is required. In the case of sole proprietorship, sole proprietor will invest the entire amount of capital. In the case of partnership firms, the partners will invest the capital. But in the case of joint stock company, how to collect the capital required for the business? Here, there are different sources how the company can collect the capital: by the issue of shares, or by the issue of debentures, or through long-term public deposit, etc. Today we are going to study how the capital is raised by the issue of shares. The capital which is collected by the issue of share is called share capital. There are two types of shares that can be issued to the public. They are preference shares and equity shares. So the main types of shares, they are preference shares and the second type is equity shares. Preference shares and equity shares. Preference shares are those shares who enjoy the preferential rights. The shareholders mainly enjoy two preferential rights, that is at the time of receiving the dividend or at the time of receiving the capital at the time of winding up of the company. That means the preference shareholders, first the profits will be distributed among the preference shareholders. That means the dividend is nothing but divisible profit that will be distributed among the preference shareholders first. First preference is given to preference shareholders while distributing the profits. So later on, after distributing the profits to the preference shareholders, the remaining profit will be distributed among the equity shareholders. So the preference shareholders, they enjoy the first preference while receiving the dividend of the company. Similarly, at the time of winding up of the company, the capital has to be repaid to the shareholders. That is called redemption of share capital. Redemption means nothing but repayment of share capital. So at the time of winding up of the company, the share capital has to be paid to the preference shareholders as well as equity shareholders. But while paying the share capital, first the share capital will be paid to preference shareholders. Then it will be paid to the equity shareholders. Here we can come to a conclusion. Preference shareholders will have two preferences, that is while receiving the dividend and while receiving the capital. So when they receive the capital, only at the time of winding up of the company. But in the case of preference shares, the rate of dividend will be fixed. Means it may be 6% preference shares, 8% preference shares or 10% preference shares. So 6% or 8% or 10% indicate the rate of dividend. So let me tell you the meaning of equity shares now. Equity shares are those shares which are not preference shares. This is the simple definition. Equity shares are those shares which are not preference shares. If the share is not preference share, it is understood that share is equity share. So equity shareholders, they do not enjoy any preferential right while receiving the dividend or while receiving the capital at the time of winding up of the company. After paying to the preference shareholders, the dividend and capital will be paid to the equity shareholder. Then what benefit they enjoy? The equity shareholders' rate of dividend is not fixed. In the case, suppose if there is a higher profit in a particular year, after distributing the dividend to preference shareholders, the remaining amount, the remaining profit will be distributed among the equity shareholders. So if there is a higher profit, they receive higher dividend, and if there is not much profit, then the dividend will be reduced. The risk is more in the case of equity shareholders. Sometimes they may receive higher dividend if there is a higher divisible profit, and vice versa. But the rate of dividend is fixed in the case of preference shares. But these two types of shares are issued to the public for raising the share capital. So next, what are the steps involved in issuing the shares? So the steps involved at the time of issue of shares. That is, the first step issue of prospectus. Issue of prospectus. What do you mean by prospectus? It is an invitation to the public for the subscription of shares. So in prospectus, the detailed information about the company will be written. Suppose now the new companies is going to be started or established, then the prospectus are issued to the public. Then after going through the prospectus, then if the people are interested in the company, then they will start applying for the shares. So issue of prospectus is the first step at the time of raising the share capital. So without issuing the prospectus, the public will not come to know that this company is going to come into existence. So the next step is, after issuing the prospectus, within 130 days, the company is going to receive the applications. So the second step is receipt of applications. Receipt of application. From whom the company will receive the applications? That is receipt of application. So application is nothing but the public is going to apply for the company shares. Means the public, when the public applies for the shares, who has to receive the applications? The company has to receive the applications. So receipt of applications, usually they give 120 days for applying the shares. After the prospectus, after the issue of prospectus, 120 days are given to the public for applying the shares. So after applying the shares, after 130 days, they will start the allotment of shares. So the third step is allotment of shares. Before allotting the shares to the applicants, let me tell you one thing, that is, the company should receive the applications for the minimum subscription. Then what is minimum subscription? Minimum subscription means the minimum amount of capital that should be raised from the public. So if they reach minimum subscription, then only they can start the allotment of shares. For example, here the company is having authorized share capital of rupees 10 lakh. Company's authorized share capital. So authorized share capital means it is the maximum amount of share capital, the company can raise from the public. Now 10 lakh rupees, they have decided to issue 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. The number of shares are 1 lakh. What is the face value of each share? Face value of each share is rupees 10. 10 indicates the face value of each share. Now, if the company says the minimum subscription should be 7 lakh. The minimum subscription should be 7 lakh. 7 lakh means they should receive the applications. How many applications they should receive? That is 7,000. So 7,000 into 70,000 into 10. How many applications they should receive? That is 70,000 into 10. 10 is the face value. By issuing 70,000 shares to the public, they can receive 7 lakh capital. Means here the minimum amount required for starting the business is 7 lakh. Unless they receive the applications for 70,000 shares, they cannot allot the shares. So the minimum subscription will be mentioned in the prospectus. So minimum subscription, where it is mentioned, how the people will come to know what is the minimum subscription? It will be mentioned in the prospectus, and the minimum subscription is 7 lakh, means they should or they must receive 7,000 share applications. Only then they can start the allotment of shares. Suppose the company receives 6,50,000 share applications, then they cannot allot the shares. In that case, the share application money will be refunded to the prospective applicants. Means the people, those who have applied for the shares, for them the application money will be returned. Suppose if they receive more than 7 lakh applications, then they can start allotting the shares. Now, the issued capital is 8 lakh. Issued capital is 8 lakh by the issue of 80,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Means now the company is ready to offer how many shares? 80,000 shares. Company is ready to offer 80,000 shares. Means by the issue of 80,000 shares, how much capital the company can collect? That is 8 lakh. So what is this 8 lakh now? 8 lakh is called issued capital. That is issued capital. Issued capital is 8 lakh. How they collect 8 lakh? By the issue of 80,000 shares of rupees 10 each. Now, suppose now the shares are offered to the public is 80,000 and they receive the applications 80,000. Receiving the applications means the applications will be received from the public and it is not in the hands of the company. Company is going to offer 80,000 shares to the public. Now, in this example, now 80,000 share applications are issued to the public, and how much applications they received? They received 80 1000 applications. Means now offered shares and subscribed shares are equal, means then it is called a full subscription. Then it is called full subscription. It is called full subscription. Full subscription is nothing but they are ready to issue 80,000 shares and they receive the application for 80,000. Then the issue is called full subscription. So whatever the shares they want to issue, that those many applications if they receive, then it is called full subscription. But it will not happen always. Sometimes if the company earns more and more profit and it has a very good reputation and it is earning more profit, in that case for those company shares there will be a great demand. So because of demand, now the company is ready to issue or ready to offer 80,000 shares, but they received applications for 1,20,000 shares. Means now which is greater? The 80,000 they are ready to issue, but they received how many applications? 1,20,000 applications. Now if they receive more than issued shares, if they receive more number of applications than issued shares or issued applications, then it is called over subscription. It is called over subscription. So in the case of over subscription, which will be greater? That is issued shares or offered shares or receipt of applications. So they received subscribed applications will be more than the issued shares. Suppose subscribed applications are more than the issued shares, then it is called over subscription of shares. Now in the case of over subscription of shares, they cannot allot all the 1,20,000 shares. They will allot only 80,000 shares on pro rata basis. They can allot the shares. So pro rata allotment means, suppose now 80,000 shares are issued and if they receive 1,20,000 shares applications, then they will allot lesser number of shares. Means here maybe 2:1 ratio they may allot the shares. If you have applied for 3 shares, you will get only 2. Depends on the company's decision, the shares will be allotted. Or the person, whoever is allotting 1,000 shares, full allotment. The person who is applied for 800 shares, for him 600 allotment will be made, and for some people the shares will not be allotted. Suppose to any person, now Mr. X has applied for 100 shares in the company, means then for him the shares are not allotted, means the company has to send one notice or letter, that is called letter of regret. So letter of regret will be sent to those applicants for whom no shares are allotted. If the company is not going to give or not going to allot any shares to a particular shareholder, then letter of regret will be sent along with the application money. So while applying the shares along with the application, the applicant has to pay some amount, that is called application money, and that amount, how much he has paid to the company, that should be refunded. Or sometimes if the lesser number of shares are allotted, means then the excess application money. Now for example, Y has applied for 600 shares and he is allotted only 500 shares, means the excess 100 share application money will be adjusted towards the allotment. So while allotting the shares also, the shareholders have to pay some money, and that money, this excess application money will be adjusted. So this you will learn in the problem. While doing the problem, I will teach you how to adjust this particular amount, that is excess application money towards the allotment money. And the next type is, that is under subscription. So under subscription means, now the company is ready to issue 8,000 shares. 8,000 shares. 80,000 shares. But the company received applications for 75,000, means then it is called under subscription. It is called under subscription. Under subscription means the applications received will be lesser than the issued shares. Now the company is ready to offer how many shares? 80,000 shares, but the company received 75,000, means then issued applications will be more than the subscribed applications shares. It is called under subscription. Don't get confused. Now in this example, the application received is 75,000 and the company is ready to issue how many shares? 80,000 shares, means then it is not full subscription, it is called under subscription. In the case of under subscription, if the minimum subscription is fulfilled, then only they will start the allotment of shares. Now the shares can be issued in 3 ways. Shares can be issued in 3 ways, that is issue of shares at par. Issue of shares at par. So issue of shares at par means, in the previous example, the company is ready to issue 80,000 shares of how many each? That is 10 each. 80,000 shares are issued at 10 each. What is the 10 rupees? Rupee 10 is face value. This is face value. Suppose the company is ready to issue the shares at equal to face value, then it is called issue of shares at par. So issue of shares at par means equal to the face value. Now the face value is rupees 10 and the issue price also rupees 10. In this it is said the shares are issued at par. Par is nothing but equal to the face value. Equal to the face value. So face value and issue price both will be same. Suppose if there is a great demand for company shares, the company wants to make income. So because of demand, what the company decides? Company will issue the shares at a premium. That is called issue of shares at a premium. Issue of shares at a premium. Issue of shares at a premium means premium is nothing but more than the face value. So what is the face value of each share? Face value of each share is rupees 10. Now 80,000 shares are issued to the public of rupees 10 each. So instead of issuing the shares at rupees 10, they will start issuing the shares at rupees 12. Means if the company issues the shares for more than the face value, then the issue is called issue of shares at a premium. Premium is nothing but it is the income to the business plus the excess than the face value. Now 10 rupees shares are issued at 12 means what is the premium rate? 2 rupees the premium. It is the income to the business. So issue of shares at premium means issuing the shares for more than the face value. Now 100 rupee shares are issued at 110 means it is called issue of shares at a premium. Suppose the same 100 rupee shares are issued at rupees 100, then it is called issue of shares at par. So last issue, that is issue of shares at discount. Issue of shares at discount. So discount means sometimes the company cannot raise the sufficient amount of share capital to attract the public. The company will start issuing the shares for lower than the face value. In this example, same example I will take. 80,000 shares are issued to the public and each face value is rupees 10. But 10 rupees shares are issued at rupees 9. Then the issue is called issue of shares at a discount. Discount means the issue price will be lesser than the face value. Face value of share is 10 but issue price is rupees 9 means the issue is called issue of shares at a discount. Issue of shares at a discount. Usually to attract the public, the shares will be issued at a discount. And if we are issuing the shares at a discount, that is the expense to the company, and this discount will be allowed at the time of allotment. So at the time of allotment, the discount will be allowed or given to the shareholders. Thank you for watching this video. In my next class, I am going to do a problem on issue of shares. How the share capital is divided, how the amount will be taken, and the journal entries regarding that will be taught.